I'm Crystal Escobar, and this is episode number 84. What is true? Welcome to the Mormon Enlightenment Podcast, hosted by Wannabe Balanced. My name is Crystal Escobar.
And I'm Sean Escobar.
This podcast started out as a self-help podcast for moms and has transformed into a documentation of our journey out of Mormonism.
Our goal is to make it safe for others to live their authentic life, break free from social norms and limiting beliefs, and inspire others to courageously share their truth.
So what I've been feeling lately is just overwhelmed when it comes to truth, and just feeling an immense amount of confusion. And I just feel like it is hard to know what is true. And I've been consuming so many different types of information. So I'm open to everything, and I'm trying to do what Wayne Dyer teaches and be open to everything but attached to nothing. But I still find myself trying to be attached to certain beliefs. And that's been really challenging for me. And I think that's what I realized today a little bit more. I'm gaining a little more perspective on how to be open to everything but attached to nothing, but still feel a sense of stability and security at the same time, because it's hard to feel like constant discomfort. Like you just want to have peace. You just want to feel like you can rest for a moment, right? Like you can't just constantly feel like you're being uprooted from everything you want to believe to be true. It feels like you kind of have to have these moments of rest where you get to rest in that feeling of peace. Like, okay, that is true for me, and that gives me peace, and now I can relax for a little while. But then there's always new things to be discovered and new things to learn and new perspectives to take into consideration. So that's where I'm at, and I wanted to just explain kind of what I did in order to feel this sudden burst of energy and clarity within a matter of minutes. And this is what I did. And I don't know why it's taken me so long to actually do this exercise, because I've been learning about how to do this for over a year now, and I just haven't really put it to practice. So basically, I was asking the question, what is true? Like, it is so scary to believe that there is no truth. Like everything is just made up. Like I don't want to believe that. And so I really was diving deep into this topic. And one thing that, I've been listening to a lot of different things on Gaia TV, which I've mentioned before. It's just this app you can get, and you can get access to all types of information or videos that apply to more of like the spirituality and science combined. I think that's the best way to describe it. More of like the mystical way of thinking. And so anyway, one thing that I heard on one of the videos, I think it was by Lee Harris, a question was posed, what is truth? And what is true? And he said, well, does it light you up, or does it put you into fear? And that's where you have to be operating from. You have to ask yourself those two questions. And if it lights you up, that's true for you. And it can't be true for everybody. So you just have to see it as more of an individual truth. And that's been really hard for me to comprehend, because I'm like, no, there has to be just like one truth. I'm still trying to comprehend it. But one thing that he said also, I'll just read it right now. He said, it is an impossibility to know the truth, meaning there are so many perspectives. This multidimensional universe is far more complex than the human is allowed to experience. There is only so much that you are supposed to or designed to access. Yes, you can have cosmic multidimensional experiences, but if you are looking for the truth, you're going to run yourself into trouble. If you're looking for your truth is what gets you back in your body in a way that gets you feeling more happy, well-being, more of joyous service. Truth seekers are not actually seeking truth. They are seeking themselves. So that really clarified a lot for me. And then I just had to, write down some points for myself to also help me remember what is truth. And these are the things that I wrote. So there are different dimensions, different perspectives. That's just one thing that you have to consider when it comes to truth. We all had specific things we came here to learn. Even being in a religion serves an important purpose in one's life. We are here to awaken, and there would be nothing to awaken from if we were given all the answers and information right away. The process of awakening cannot be skipped. I'm now free to pick and choose the things I like. I would never know freedom if I didn't experience the prison that I felt like the church was for me. Some people need to be told what to do until they reach a new dimension or reality in which they become spiritually mature enough to, or brave enough to enter the unknown or the darkness. Also, everyone is on a particular path that is for the highest good and evolution of their soul. Who am I to judge what is right for them? I only have a limited perspective in my human form. There is no way I can comprehend the meaning of everything. As I work on rewiring my brain, I will move out of my black and white binary way of thinking. I will learn to see things as a beautiful masterpiece, no longer seeing things as good or bad, right or wrong. Everything is working together synergistically in perfect balance. People love comfort, certainty, and the notion that they have all the answers. They don't yet know or are even willing to explore the beauty of the unknown, the tremendous freedom and liberation that comes with true faith, trusting in something greater than ourselves, even to explore the darkness. I can't blame people for wanting to stay comfortable, play it safe. I did it for years. So I wrote that down because it really was, I guess triggered by conference and, also by what Mormons are saying about the coronavirus and the second coming and all this stuff. So it's been something that's kind of been weighing on my mind over the past couple of weeks since we've been quarantined. There's a lot of time to think and a lot of time to really contemplate what our purpose is and what this life is all about. And that's why I think that this came to the surface, because I was feeling so much frustration around why are people still believing in the church? But I had to find clarity around that, and writing it down really was helpful. And then even after doing this, I found myself having so many other questions, and I just felt bombarded in my mind with all these unanswered questions, and it was frustrating me, and it was making me feel, it was like paralyzing me. Like I said, I was feeling so much lack of energy. I just have not been with it this week. My kids have been like, why aren't you like helping us with things? And I'm like, I'm just trying to just get through the day. Like that is all I'm doing at this moment. But I feel like today is a fresh new start. I feel suddenly so much better, and I'm ready to get back into the flow and do what I usually do, which is exercising and staying on top of everything and being very engaged with my kids. Like we've had a great experience with quarantine, but this last week has just been not my greatest, which is also something that we need not judge and we need to allow space for. So I was trying to do that at the same time, like not getting frustrated with myself and just allowing myself to have this time of just not being productive and feeling a lack of energy, because I know 100%, I know it always passes. So I was basically just trying to do what I can to figure out what is going on inside me, but at the same time allow myself that space and know that it would pass eventually, and it's passing. So yay. So I continued the questions. I had way more questions. And so what I did this morning, well, it started last night. I didn't have a chance because, the kids are all home and still have lots of responsibilities. So what I did yesterday morning during like my meditation time is I wrote down all the questions that are weighing on my mind right now, because it's more than just what is true. Like I was being more specific about these different things, and I'll read them to you. And then this morning I had a chance to take the first question and actually write down the answer to that question from my inner being or from my higher self. And it felt amazing. So I will read the questions and then I will read the answer to my very first question, because I only got to one. So I'm going to answer one question per day, because it was like a long page of the answer was long. So I will take the time, which kind of feels fun. It's like a fun exercise for me. So I'm going to take the time to answer one of these questions each day from my inner being perspective. So the first question, and this might be a little controversial for you guys as well, but don't worry, I'm trying to figure it out myself. But I love Abraham Hicks, and I listen to so much of what she puts out on YouTube. And she shared a message about the coronavirus a couple weeks ago, and it was so great and so comforting. Everything she said just really spoke to me. But then she said one thing that kind of freaked me out. And I was like, wait, and it was so confusing for me. And I've been confused by it for like 2 weeks now. She mentioned that don't worry, they're scientists, they're people working at finding a solution, possibly a vaccine will be created and all that. And so that kind of triggered the conspiracy side of me that, ever since feeling like I've been lied to by the church, I wondered, well, who else is lying to me? Is the government lying to me? And I took a little, I went down the rabbit hole for a moment around conspiracy theories. And then I quickly came back out of it because I realized it was not serving me. It was just making me feel depressed and scared.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife.